Welcome back to the Spring Major Expert Division qualifying round, hole number 2. This is it's going to be option number 1, win 5. I don't have a win 3 worked out yet. I'll try and look for that after I get through the first 9 shots or the first run through with these accounts. When I get to the next account, I'll try and look for some win 3 options for some of these shots if I do win 5 here. So we'll call it option 1, but I'm not going to release option 2 yet, not until I finish and get started playing some other accounts. This one, the base adjustment is 1-to-1 -1. We're using a 2 backspin, 3 right spin, and we're pulling this with a slight 1201 flicker. You need a P0, 1, 2, or 3, side spin 3, win 5 ball, sniper 9 plus. So what we're going to do is set up, we're going to have the blue ring touching the fairway and the ball guide 1 click out of the tree, right? So 2 back, 3 right, just like that. And then blue ring touching and the ball guide is 1 click outside of the tree. And there are some wind angles here. So if you look, we're looking at this little plant here and the middle between these 2 plants here. So the base of this plant, the left side of it, I can draw it where I want it, about there, and then the center between these 2, about there. That's going to give us our neutral. We have crosswind over here, and then we have tailwind over here. Pretty simple for as far as the tweaks go. If your wind is 5.8 or lower, in any angle, there is no change, right? 5.8 or less, no change. Even though I can't write or spell very well on this thing. All right, so the only tweaks that need to be made are the higher winds, which is 5.9 to 6.3. In the tailwind angle, you'll minus 0.1. And in the crosswind, or in the neutral angle, you'll add 0.1. Neutral. And that is for wind 5.9 to 6.3. Here's what I'll tell you though. It's going to be very pull angle dependent, right? So this one is dropping pretty consistently, and you may or may not need the add 0.1 or the minus 0.1 depending on how you pull it. For me, if I pull it the same way every time with just a baby 01 flicker, I'm having to make those tweaks for the higher winds. That being said, I have not seen low wind crosswind. I have seen, and in fact, I think I'm going to, no, this might be a neutral drop, but I haven't seen the low wind crosswind. That's the only one. All the rest of them I've dropped using these tweaks here. So when you got your spin added, you see here I am just barely outside of the crosswind. You can pretty much call that crosswind. It's right on the line. I didn't make any change here, 6.1, and she's going to drop very nicely center cup. But it all depends on your pull angle, right? When you have your spin added, your blue ring touching, your ball guide one click out of the tree, if you was to look at the tip of the ball guide, it's going to be about a little over a cup, a little less than a half a square left of the hole. And the tip of the ball guide should be touching the line that's going right through the center of the cup. Right, see that line that runs right through the center of the cup? The tip of the ball guide is touching it, and we're about a half a cup left of the hole. If you want to look in terms of lines, there's a line right here. We're just left of it. So what I can tell you, and where I think I was having some of the changes, were in the setup. So always use a side spin 3 ball to set your spin, okay? And when you set it up, make sure that your blue ring is touching right where you want it to, and make sure you're only one click off of it. If you're 2 clicks off of it, if your tip of your ball guide is more in this range, then that's going to definitely throw off the shot, right? You should be pretty close to that line right here. That's my tip for making this shot consistently. And that's about that. So really, most winds and wind angles are no change. 5.9 to 6.3 in the tailwind, minus 0.1, and in the neutral, add 0.1. Beyond that, you should be good to go. And you may not even need those. You'll have to test it. It's going to depend on how you're pulling it. If you're pulling it with a little bit less O1, you may not need to add. If you're pulling it with a little bit more O1, you might need to minus more, right? But that's it. A very good, consistent drop here. Just make sure you're setting it up the same way. Do your best to hit perfect. Hopefully, you'll be walking away from hole 2 with the eagle. Good luck. See you on the next one.